Hey guys, Adam here from DirectionTrader.com. Let's do a recap of the live trading room today and talk about what I see going into tomorrow. First off, we'll start off here with the indexes. Actually, let's change this one on the right side to a daily chart. We've been doing this here recently and we kind of like it. But anyways, all right, so today's very interesting because we have, I guess you want to say, kind of two markets going one way and two doing the other. Let's start off here. The S&P, as you can see here, has had a nice little pullback today. Nice little pullback. We're going to close here in just a few minutes. And going to close definitely in the lower third of its range today. So it's had a nice little drop today. All in all, fairly decent little drop here. You see over here on the right side, had a nice little grind to the downside here. And then we've done nothing but consolidate from lunch all the way through lunch through the afternoon. That's pretty much what the day has come to. So yesterday we said anything below that previous day's highs, I was going to look for shorting opportunities. That proved to be a pretty good method because this thing isolated its way to the downside and then just kind of sat here and chopped. All in all, I didn't do anything in the indexes today. They were a little quiet for me. We had two instruments doing one thing. We had two doing the other. And if they're not correlated, guys, I try and venture to other instruments and give myself a better opportunity. So I'm not flipping a coin deciding, well, are these two instruments out of whack or are these two instruments out of whack? I was able to do that. And here in a little bit, we'll talk about our trades we took in crude and what made us some big money today. So, anyways, going into tomorrow, we have let me just go through these markets real fast here. S&P, look at the S&P. Nice big down day on the S&P. On the Dow, nice big down bar on the Dow. Going to close in the lower third today. And then you have the NASDAQ. Definitely not a big down day. More of just a doji, just a sideways activity. Look at this NASDAQ, guys. That is not really any movement that I'm interested in. And then here on the Russell, much of the same. You see, going to be a nice doji here on Russell. Not much activity. So, who's in charge? Is it the ES and the YM? Or is it the NASDAQ and the Russell? Who's in charge of this market? I don't want to make that call. I have a general idea, but let's just wait and see when the market's open tomorrow. That's the beauty of being a day trader. I can open up tomorrow, I can see who's taking charge, and then I can definitely jump in and take some opportunities. So, going into tomorrow, if we're able to push through today's highs and start pushing back to the upside, I am one-sided, just like I talked about yesterday. If we can push through the previous day's highs or today's highs, I am one-sided on this market. As long as we don't push through the day's highs here on the Russell, I'm going to look for shorts. Pretty simple, right? I'm going to look for shorting opportunities. And then here on the S&P, let's just choose one of the down markets, one of the up markets. Here on the S&P, we're going to close down here in the lower third here. Actually, down right in the midsection of yesterday's bar. That was a whole nother discussion we had yesterday and today. So we're going to close in this area. Going into tomorrow, what am I going to do? Okay, so we have the Russell and the NASDAQ out of the way. Now what are we going to do on the ES and the Dow? Well, let's see who's going to be in charge. Are these markets going to drop? Are they going to get some pop? What exactly are we getting here? Going into tomorrow, I'm going to use these three levels on both the S&P and the Dow. These are three levels. These are three stations. So if we open up where we are right now, we're going to look to fade that mid and push it back to the highs. If we open up at the highs, we're first going to fade it. And if it breaks, go with it. Same thing on the downside. If we drop, look to sell this thing down towards the previous day's low. As we get down to the previous day's low, fade the lows. If it breaks, go with it. That was quite a bit there, guys. This video is recorded, so you can always go back and replay it. But there are the trades that I will look for going into tomorrow. It all depends on what price is doing and who's taking charge. If we are looking to the downside, I would say the S&P and the Dow have the best shorting opportunities. Okay? Because they're a little bit weaker. If we start to get a surge to the upside, we start to get some buyers in here, I would say the NASDAQ and the Russell probably will catch my attention a little bit more because they're a little bit more bullish right now. Okay? So, bell's going to ring. All right. So I hope that makes sense. So the Dow and the S&P is a little weaker. The Nasdaq and the Russell a little bit stronger. So depending on who takes charge, which two decide to drag the other ones along with it, could determine what instrument I trade going into tomorrow. Okay. So that was the stock indexes. Let's go to crude. Crude is where it happened today. That's where all the magic happened. The word of this day, which I'm actually going to title this video, something to do with patience, because we have been stressing patience for 2 days now. We had Fed announcement. We have been stressing patience for 2 days now. And I know sometimes it's frustrating whenever you're either a newer trader or maybe not a successful trader, and you're saying, man, this guy, and I'm talking about the trading room, like, this guy is just not taking trades. This is kind of, I thought it was a trading room. Yeah, I sometimes when things are going great, we'll take 5, 6, 7, 8 trades. But when things are like, when you have Fed announcement, a little bit quiet then too. And then this morning, we couldn't get them indexes to choose which way they wanted to trade. We had a little bit of chop here in the crude. We had certain levels we were looking for in crude. Sure enough, we waited all day yesterday, all day today, and then you can see where the arrows are here. At 10:30, it's actually like 10:37, I think is the exact time that I got in, or 10:36, something like that. We finally had a setup. And this is all stuff that we had planned before the trading room even started. So we had all this lined out in the first half hour of trading room, and sure enough, it all came to fruition. So I'll give you some examples here of why we got in the way we did. We definitely are a lot of technical traders here. We used a lot of fibs. For entries, we look to find some extremely powerful resistance or support, depending on which way we're going to bounce. Here, in particular, we were coming off them crazy highs yesterday. Remember, go back to last night's video. What did I talk about? If we sell off from the previous day's highs, look short. Go back to last night's video. That's exactly what we went over. And guess what? I had to wait all stinking morning until 10:37 here to get into a trade. And sure enough, it paid dividends. Extremely nice trades here, guys. So this goes back to yesterday. Me basically saying, hey, guys, I'm only looking to trade the crude if we stay below the previous day's lows and we start to get that selling pressure. Sure enough, we had a nice, hefty little push to the downside. If this would have been during the trading hours, I would have loved to trade this to the downside, but that wasn't the case. We opened up the markets. We came in the trading room right down here. So opening up way down here, I wasn't going to look short. I was waiting for a little pullback. Sure enough, we were waiting for our opportunity, We had a 50% retracement with the fibs. We had a pivot point, and we had this major swing, which I looked at yesterday and traded so successfully yesterday after the Fed announcement. That all came, that support and resistance, that level, all that came at the exact same price here. So we did take this short here at the 46.02s, shorted this thing down for a really nice profit. After we took profits, the market pulled back, and more importantly, pulled back very slowly. And as you can see here, we shorted this thing again and shorted it down to the downside here. So two extremely accurate trades, extremely good trades, and it all stemmed from patience and discipline, guys. We didn't force any trades. We didn't get too aggressive here in the market. We waited patiently. Sure enough, it took all day yesterday, all day today. We finally got a setup. It's not always like that, but sometimes you are required to be a little bit patient and wait for your plan to come together. And when it does, just execute the plan. We got some extremely good profits today, and it was a good way to close out a good week in the live trading room. So the word of the day is patience. Once again, we like to use that. We like to use the word patience, the word discipline, and really sticking to our guns here, coming up with our game plan and sticking to it. Sometimes it happens bang, bang, bang. Sometimes you got to wait a little bit for it to come and set up. So patience paid off today. We had some really great profits, upwards of over $500 per contract, depending on how many contracts each were trading in the trading room. Some guys in the trading room really set some big numbers. I've gotten a lot of nice emails since then. So I know a lot of guys in the room actually took this trade, and some of them even held longer than me. So I know there were some good profits. But anyways, the trade itself took a lot of patience and ended up working out. Some guys took one trade and held that whole way. I ended up taking two. So That's it, guys. Hope that makes sense. I hope you understand why I'm talking here about patience and discipline and why it makes sense. But that is going to be the word, and I'm going to have some type of patience word in the title of this video so I can help you out moving forward. Moving forward here on crude, I'm still looking for selling, guys. Still looking for selling. If we get down below today's low, look for some more selling. The only buying I would look for is if we got up above the highs. Okay, so that's it, guys. Hope you enjoy these videos. I hope it works out for you. I hope you're able to pick something up here just as you watch here. But that's it for me. Get a hold of me, Adam at DirectionTrader.com. If not, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video.